Diana, Princess of Wales, born on the 1st of July 1961 and passing away on the 31st of August 1997, was a well-known figure of the late 20th century. She was admired for her beauty and style, and she also did a lot of important charity work, like helping people with AIDS and supporting the campaign against landmines. She got married to Prince Charles in 1981 and became Her Royal Highness Princess Diana of Wales. She was the mother of Prince William and Prince Harry, who are the second and third in line for the throne. During her life, she was famous for being one of the most photographed people in the world and appeared on the cover of People magazine more than anyone else. Diana was born into a fancy family with connections to the royal family. Her father was Edward Spencer, who had a direct link to Charles II. Her mother, Frances Viscountess Althorp, was also somewhat related to the Queen Mother and had some American background. When Diana was young, her parents got divorced, and her father won a tough fight to keep custody of the children. Diana grew up in their family home, Park House, and later moved to Althorp in 1975. Diana went to Riddlesworth Hall boarding school, and then she spent some years at Westheath Public School in Kent. She was really good at sports, especially swimming. She wanted to be a ballet dancer, but she was considered too tall at 5 feet 8 inches. In terms of studies, Diana didn't do well and didn't pass her O-levels, but she looked back on her childhood with happy memories. After leaving school, she worked as a nanny and part-time cook. Later, she took a job as an assistant teacher at a kindergarten in Knightsbridge, London. Diana first met Charles, the Prince of Wales, in 1977 when she was 16 years old, and at that time, he was dating her sister. In 1980, they met again at a polo game, and Charles invited her to visit the Royal Yacht Britannia in Cowes. They got along well, and Charles then invited her to Balmoral, where she had the chance to meet the Queen Mother, and the Duke of Edinburgh. The Queen and Duke of Edinburgh really wanted Charles to marry, and since Diana seemed like a perfect match for a future queen, they encouraged Charles to propose. On the 6th of February 1981, he did just that, and the official announcement was made on the 24th of February 1981. On the 29th of July 1981, Diana and Charles got married at St. Paul's Cathedral. A massive crowd of about 600,000 people filled the streets of London, and many millions more watched the wedding on TV, with an estimated 1 billion viewers worldwide. It felt like a wedding right out of a fairy tale, and everyone fell in love with Princess Diana's innocence and beauty. During their marriage, they had 2 sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Diana was a loving mother and wanted to teach them to respect different people and understand the challenges they would face in their royal roles. She also wanted them to experience a wide variety of life and not just stick to royal circles. Diana often went against traditional royal rules, especially when it came to her sons. However, in the mid-1980s, problems started cropping up in their marriage. Eventually, with a lot of media attention, their marriage fell apart, and they got divorced in 1992. Diana later said in interviews that shortly after they got married, Charles had a connection with Camilla Parker Bowles, making it tough to have a normal marriage. She also mentioned that Charles married her because of family pressure to find a suitable bride quickly. When she found out about Charles's unfaithfulness, Diana had her own affairs, including one with Captain Hewitt, whom she really liked. The emotional turmoil from their marriage and breakup took a toll on Diana, leading to various health problems like bulimia, depression, and a feeling of not being good enough. People wanted a fairy princess to come and make everything perfect, like magic, and forget all their problems. But they didn't know that this very person was suffering inside because she didn't think she was good enough. Princess Diana. This was written down by Andrew Morton in his biography, Diana, Her True Story, and Diana gave her silent agreement to it. After their official divorce on August 28, 1996, Diana received a significant settlement of around $30 million and had equal access to her children. She couldn't use the title, Her Royal Highness, anymore, but she could still be called Princess. In a BBC Panorama interview in November 1995, she mentioned that she would prefer to be known as the Queen of People's Hearts. As the Princess of Wales, Diana had to attend different events like hospital openings. This gave her a chance to get involved in various charity activities. People really appreciated her because she had a natural way of connecting with patients and showing sympathy. I've always felt that people should feel good about themselves, and I see my role as supporting them and guiding them along the way. Diana. In 1987, Princess Diana was one of the first famous personalities to be photographed with a person who had AIDS. This was important in changing how people thought about the disease. Back then, many believed that you could catch AIDS just by touching someone with it. She was one of the first very famous people to be seen touching those with AIDS, and this had a big impact on changing how people saw the disease. It was an act of kindness that went against the usual rules of the royal family. As Princess Diana said, HIV doesn't make people unsafe to be around. You can shake their hands and give them a hug, they really need it. Diana had a very friendly and approachable manner. She felt comfortable meeting people from all backgrounds, even if they were unwell or in hospices. The patients liked her a lot, they were drawn to her lively personality and heartfelt sympathy. One of the reasons people admired her was her ability to understand and share in people's suffering because she had gone through a lot herself. In front of the media, Diana usually appeared strong and positive. But someone close to her mentioned that these public events sometimes left her emotionally exhausted. After some of these events, she would feel quite drained. In June 1998, Diana sold 79 of her beautiful dresses at an auction house in New York, raising an impressive $4.5 million for charities focused on AIDS and cancer research. She also got involved in the campaign against landmines. In January 1997, Diana went to Angola to see landmines being cleared, and this experience deeply affected her. Her personal support played a big role in encouraging not only Britain but also other countries to support the Ottawa Treaty, which aimed to ban the use of anti-personnel landmines.